Today on the spot, we got an interview for FIFA Soccer 11, and Tom Magrino, Jody Robinson, Ryan McDonald, and Ricardo Torres drop in to give you the ins and outs of GameSpot's coverage of E3 2010. Hang on, y'all. E3 is right around the corner. Today on the spot.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the June 10th episode of Today on the Spot. My name is Brian Eckberg. We've got some special guests here on the couch with me. This is the last show before GameSpot kicks off its E3 2010 coverage. We've got a full show. We've got a demo of FIFA 11 coming in a bit later, but let's put that aside right now. Let's talk E3 2010. I've got Jody Robinson, Community Manager Extraordinaire. Jody, how are you?
Great.
Great. We're going to talk to Jody, and we're going to talk to Tom Magrino from the GameSpot News Desk. What's up, Tom?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you getting revved up for E3?
A little bit. A little excited.
I can tell by the tone of your voice you're very excited. But let's start with Jody, because Jody, E3 2010 coming up. Of course, that's a huge thing for GameSpot. We're going to be down in Los Angeles covering the show top to bottom. But it's also a huge opportunity for our community to find out a lot about games. So you gave me this handy list of ways the community can sort of interact with us and get involved with E3. Yes. Let's start at the top. What are we talking about here?
I have 5 great tips, and this is going to give you the best opportunity to have GameSpot as your one-stop place to visit.
Okay, well, first of all, let's talk about the site itself, because we're going to have a redesign, right?
Yes, it's e3.gamespot.com, and right now you can visit there, and there's all these different navigation menus.
Okay.
So explore around, click on little things, and you might end up finding one of your favorite places. Like mine is like E3 photo shoot area. So.
Exactly. We did the photo story last year. Stuff, That was a lot of fun. So get used to the design, because it's going to look a little bit different.
Yeah, we're going to keep pushing so much content out that you don't want to get lost in the shuffle.
Exactly. So. Familiarize yourself with it now, but you can also personalize. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the My E3 tab is located on the right corner, and what you can do is add games. You can follow new games that you haven't heard of, and so just click all the follow buttons, anything you want to. But yeah, you can pull all the content you want.
Easy to use. Just click a button.
Click a button, and you have all the content that you want for that game.
It's like your personalized, link to E3. I like that.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. All right, what if I get lonely and I just want to chat with people? What can I do if I want to talk about a game I just saw? What are my options?
Real-time chat. If you want to just have everything, talk about cake or live or anything like that. We have the GameSpot live chat. So that's probably where you'll also get a chance to see people that are on the show floor. Like GameSpot staff will drop by, and we'll have fun with the press conferences and everything. So you could also ask questions if you want to drop by and figure out, hey, what are you guys doing on the show floor, or what's going on with the next show, or anything like that.
We're going to be talking to Ryan and Ricardo a little bit later about the stuff we're going to be doing on the show floor, so you don't want to miss that, because we have some special stuff planned for you. But like Jody mentioned, this is a great way for you guys to sort of interact with the editors, the guys like me who will be on stage talking to developers about the game. If you have a question, you can ask in the chat room, send us an email at onspot@gamespot.com, or fill out the form on the Spot page. So there's a lot of ways to get in touch with us and let your voice be heard. What if you're all the way across the country, you can't come to E3, but you want to experience what it's like?
Oh, we also have this cool thing. It's like E3 booths.
Okay.
So we'll take pictures, and we'll give you kind of what type of game's going to be at that booth, and so you'll get a chance to kind of feel like you're virtually there. So it's going to be pretty cool. A
virtual tour of E3 show floor. That's pretty cool. And finally, emblems.
Achievements. GameSpot achievements are going to be crazy cool this year. We're going to have a lot more than years before, but we're also going to have an E3 how-to guide, so you can figure out, how can I get this emblem, and mostly if new users are trying to figure out how do I get GameSpot achievements, they can also watch most of the live broadcasts, and it's just going to automatically be tracked on your profile.
Just don't ever turn this off, and you'll get some emblems. I think that's the easiest way. But like you said, you'll have a very detailed how-to. If you want to get all...
Yeah, there's a lot more tips, like Twitter, everything that you can think of.
All right, well, there you go. That's 5 good ways to experience E3. Jody, thank you so much for that. Time to turn to Tom Magrino and talk about news, because E3 is all about.
Oh my God, there's a mind-exploding amount of stuff that will probably be coming out on the show if it's anything like years past. Things kick off on Sunday night before the show even starts off with the Microsoft Natal coming out party. Cirque du Soleil is somehow going to be
Not really
involved.
sure what's up with
I don't
that.
know, there might be clowns, there might be like
We hope.
trapeze artists all using like the little camera watching everything.
Yeah, I hope so.
But that starts everything off on Sunday night. And then on Monday morning, Microsoft is back for the Xbox 360 kind of press conference that everybody's used to. So we'll be talking about their lineup for this year.
Natal, I would imagine.
Natal. They'll probably talk a little bit about Halo Reach.
Will they have a name for Natal? An official name?
I don't know. I kind of like Natal has grown on me.
You want it to be Natal?
It's just like, guys, you've been using this for however long. Just run with it.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of rumors flying around about what they'll talk about. There's been stuff about a slim down Xbox 360, Hulu integration. Who knows? I don't know.
All sorts of good stuff.
All sorts of great stuff. So that starts things off on Monday.
Okay.
The next big thing on Monday is EA, who will be having their press conference at 2. And for them, you're probably going to get some EA Sports MMA.
Yep.
Probably some Crysis 2 talk.
Probably some athletes on stage.
Yeah, probably.
Probably a safe bet.
Probably
Last
a
year they
safe
had
bet.
Pete Sampras.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, they did actually.
That's right.
So they'll be talking about their games. They got a lot of cool stuff coming up in this year and into early next year. Dead Space 2 is another one. Maybe some new Dragon Age. We don't know yet.
And then after that is Ubisoft. They got some making up to do.
Ubisoft, yeah. I mean, hopefully they have more than just like 3D pony games for the 3DS.
Yeah.
There will probably be some 3D pony games.
It can't be worse than last year's press conference. That's how I look at it.
I mean, technically, yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so they'll probably be talking about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. That's the new multiplayer Assassin's Creed they have, and they've got plenty of other stuff to talk about too. They've got like Hawks 2 and Ruse and all sorts of Tom Clancy this and that.
Shaun White skateboarding.
Shaun White skateboarding. All sorts of stuff. So after that, we go to Activision, which isn't actually having a press conference per se. They're typically like the prima donna of the publishers. They don't show up, but they do have like a webcast, and so
a webcast.
We'll be like
97.
Totally hip and awesome webcast.
Okay.
So whatever they'll be talking about, probably some Call of Duty, Black Ops, and the myriad other Call of
Hero
Duties.
2 probably.
DJ Hero 2, the new Guitar Hero is coming out. The new Tony Hawk, all sorts of stuff that they have planned. That should round out the first day of.
I'm already tired.
I'm already tired, and that's like on top of like all the other press releases from everybody who's just like trying to capitalize on the big hype that is E3.
And there'll still be 2 more big press conferences to go, right? At least.
Well, I mean, on Tuesday, then you get into the rest of the big 3. You've got Nintendo leading things off in the morning at 9 with their press conference, and we'll probably get some 3DS information. That's their new 3D capable handheld. Probably some Zelda stuff.
Some vitality sensor stuff.
Maybe some vitality
Fingers
sensor
crossed.
stuff.
I really hope so.
So after that, we're moving straight into Sony. They've got Move coming out. Killzone, they've got plenty of the new, Ghost of Sparta, God of War Ghost of Sparta.
Yep.
So they've got plenty of stuff to talk about too. They might talk about the rumored updates to the PlayStation Network, where they might be introducing a subscription fee, maybe. So they've got a lot of stuff to talk about too. And then those are the 2 big things for Tuesday. Tuesday night, Nintendo's back for a developer roundtable. So we might get some stuff from Shigeru Miyamoto.
Here's some Zelda details,
Here's
maybe.
some more Zelda details, maybe. I'm sure they have other stuff coming out that they haven't talked about yet. Also, something to look forward to. So that's the big thing on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we get into Konami, and they've got Metal Gear Rising and the new Castlevania, and Hideo Kojima has been teasing his new mech-based game. It might be Zone of the Enders. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's Wednesday, and there's a lot of other publishers who might not necessarily have a press conference, but we'll still be hearing from them They'll be putting out their press releases, undoubtedly announcing stuff. Square Enix, I'm sure, has stuff. Warner Brothers, Sega, Capcom, everybody. So
there'll be a lot of news.
There'll be like a soul-crushing amount of news.
I want to ask you also, last year you guys did the hotspot every day. Is that still the plan this year?
Brendan Sinclair and co. will be doing the hotspot from, we'll actually be probably recording from the on-the-spot stage, just like we did last year. So that should be happening, if not every day, most days. And that'll just be like a brief recap of everything that we saw and everything that made our head explode, and it should be good.
So between stories, between news stories, between previews, between video and podcasts, I think we have things covered, maybe, and photos and community stuff. We got a ton of stuff. Thanks, Jody. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to talk a little bit more about E3 2010 in just a bit, but first, it's an interview for FIFA 11.
My name's Gary Patterson. I'm the creative director of FIFA 11 on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Yeah, the feedback that we had from the community this year was very wide-ranging, from very small things to very large things. But I think the number one piece of feedback that we had was on a phenomenon that they call ping-pong passing. And what this is basically the ability for players to just press pass, and perform first-time passes and get from one end of the field to the other very quickly and create a good shooting or scoring opportunity. And for them, that kind of it reduced the depth in the game. It made it feel, there was less emotion, less sense of achievement associated with playing FIFA. And that was the number one thing that we took from them, and that's one of the things that we've been trying very hard to address this year. And so we've created this feature that we're calling Pro Passing, which basically there's two aspects to Pro Passing, and one is we've added a little bit of user skill into performing a pass. So even on the assisted levels, you have to be a bit more careful about how you power up a pass, because otherwise it'll be under-hit or over-hit. In addition to that, we've also worked on the error system that's applied to each of our passes to try and make it so that, if the pass is difficult in real life, if there's a difficult context, the ball's coming at you very quickly, you're trying to first time pass it at an awkward angle, then those passes will be more error prone and have more speed reduction, perhaps go in the wrong direction slightly, and then therefore get intercepted, or it'll slow down your build up because they're not as crisp as they were before. So that feature in itself means that this pass behaviour is kind of eliminated a little bit, because if you continue to pass, then perhaps the defenders will intercept your pass, making the skilled players or the very well-known players or players with very good attributes appear and feel differently on the pad is one of the things that we've been working alongside Pro Passing. That's one of our big features on gameplay this year. We're calling it Personality Plus. The idea being that personality permeates from the visuals of our game through the animations to the attributes of the players. So that's one of the big things we're working on. We're working on animations, trademark celebrations, dribble run styles. We've created Cristiano Ronaldo's dribble run style. Personality Plus, that's one of our huge features this year, and we're hoping that resonates well with everyone who plays our game. The game is FIFA 11. It'll be out on 360 and PlayStation 3 this fall.
There you go. There's your look at FIFA 11 coming later this fall. Right now, we've got Ryan McDonald and Ricardo Torres here. We're going to be talking about the rest of E3. We heard from Jody, we've heard from Tom Agrino from the news side, but we've only touched things because there's a lot going on at E3. Ricardo, let's start with you. Where do we start with E3 2010? I mean, what can we expect?
There's a lot of stuff going on, so there's so much we had to break it up so different people would talk about it.
Exactly.
You guys all know the editorial stuff, right? So you know that we're going to be doing write-ups of everything that we see, taking all kinds of meetings. It's kind of weird this year because there have been so many companies that have scheduled individual appointments for their games, and we've got a ton of those. We get to see a bunch of stuff, we get to play a bunch of stuff, and we always know it's tricky for the guys at home to keep track of everything. So we made a couple tweaks to the site to hopefully make it easy to wade through all that stuff. I had to take notes.
I like that you brought notes. That's preparation.
Notes. So one of the coolest things we've got going on is the My E3 page, which ties into tracking.
Okay.
So we've changed how tracking is named on the site. It's now follow, so follow a game. And so when you go to the My E3 page, it's going to be a tab you can click on the site, it will list all the updates on your track games, which is really cool.
Yep.
Also during the show, I know everybody's going to be really tied up with checking out all of our content. And they may not be able to keep track of it all and then pick favorites, but they're going to have to, because during E3 we're going to be having the Best of E3 feature that's going to be going on. It should be live by now, I believe.
Okay.
And so you're going to be nominating games, voting on games to be nominated for the feature, which you're then going to vote on after the show.
So the editors, we picked our games that we're looking forward to, but it's time for the community to get involved and pick what they're looking forward to as well.
Absolutely, and this is just a tiny piece. Ryan has an even fatter piece, which includes the stage show, which I am super excited about because it's going to be kick-ass, but go ahead.
So yeah, obviously we blow out E3 crazy with video and do all kinds of live stuff, and this year I'm pleased to say we'll be bigger and badder than ever.
You got numbers.
Give
me numbers.
You want numbers? All right. So check this out. So there'll be 54 live stage show demos.
Okay.
54 floor reports, and if you've seen our E3 coverage, you know what that is. It's us really kind of taking a lot of time on the stage with a particular game, or out in the field with a particular person or a particular game. So that's
celebrity surprises.
Celebrity surprises. Yeah. We got 5 live press conferences. So you talk about Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. I think Tom and Jody probably talked about some of that stuff. Yep. Then we got Tonight on the Spot.
What is Tonight on the Spot?
So Tonight on the Spot, as you might guess from the name, is like on the spot except at nighttime. Right. So which is pretty awesome. And so it's something we've always wanted to do at E3. We've always wanted to try it, and this year we have rad new technology that allows us to do it. So we're going to be taking you in our hip pocket to these crazy events and parties during the nighttime.
Okay.
So all kinds of fun stuff there. I don't know. You want to give any clues to some of the stuff?
Well, there's going to be a lot of Microsoft stuff.
Yeah, Microsoft. They have a lot of events.
Microsoft's going to have a lot of events. There is probably something Dead Rising related that we're going to be getting to. Definitely, we got to shout out Pac-Man's birthday.
Okay, 30 years old.
Pac-Man's having a birthday party. He's a big boy now.
So we got a few of those events we're going to be checking out, and then for the first time ever, we're also using that technology to give you kind of the folks at home a live guided tour of E3 like constantly. So for 3 days, you'll be able to straight up dial in and straight up write to this guy.
Now, this is that crazy backpack thing.
This is a crazy backpack.
Tell me about that.
So basically, we have this technology that allows us to walk around the show floor live.
Okay.
And with a camera. So if you're sitting at home, in addition to the stage show, you can click on another stream and see, literally a camera live walking down the show floor as though you were there.
Okay.
And then you'll also be able to basically interact with that person, telling this operator, hey, yo, you should go to the Nintendo booth. I really want to see that new 3D DS or whatever.
Right. Or stop, booth babe.
Yeah, totally. Go back.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun and really crazy for that guy. So that should be super neat.
We experimented with this at the Sony Move thing, right?
Yes.
So
and GDC.
Yeah, and GDC. So you kind of have an idea of how that works, but it's going to be really fun. Give people who aren't on the show floor a chance to be there.
Totally, and there's 54 people hitting our stage, but there's more people out there that aren't. So this gives you an opportunity if you really want to know something, coax that guy into getting over and asking the question that you want, and totally have a real line.
Type in all caps. It always works.
It's our own E3 concierge.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
He's gonna lose his mind by hour 2.
He's gonna be exhausted and sweating.
So that'll be really interesting because think about that. That is gonna be live from the time the show opens till it closes. Obviously, pausing momentarily to switch batteries or whatever.
Like hot dog cam too. We got to get him eating.
We'll get some hot dog action going on. Yeah, dude's got to eat sometime, right?
And there'll be some fade outs for bio breaks and stuff, right?
That is true. That's true. We won't take it to the bathtub. So aside from that fun, we'll also have 4 daily wrap ups. So our usual, if you missed the whole day of coverage and don't got 12 hours to watch all the crazy stuff we're doing, then you can watch that daily wrap up. You'll get caught up. Plus the big three breakdowns. We'll kind of wrap up all the press conference stuff in one clip. Booth tours, developer interviews, hundreds of gameplay movies, all totaling for over 45 hours of live event coverage, and like I said, 200 gameplay movies, developer interviews, and trailers. So
all the stuff you expect from games.
Totally, all the stuff you expect and more.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about some of the games that are going to be there, because we all know Natal, we all know the accessories are going to be there, but I want to talk about games.
Sure.
For both of you, your most anticipated game of E3.
You know what it is.
I know what it is, but you have to tell them.
I need to tell. Well, I already said it in my most anticipated, but it's Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yep.
I want to get my hands on that thing so bad.
It looks hot.
It looks completely hot, and there's some really cool Natal stuff.
Okay.
That people are going to find out about on Monday afternoon.
Okay.
Which is Monday of E3, not but it's going to be really cool.
Nice little tease there.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom, you can't say that. You might have said that one, but how about you?
Not to totally cop out of this, but I can see what the stage show schedule is.
Right.
So I know what my personal favorite one that I can't wait to see is, but I can't tell you that
can't
one.
just tell us yet?
But I can tell you some of the stage show highlights. Is that cool?
Yeah, go for it.
So Tuesday, some of the highlights we're gonna have is Call of Duty Black Ops. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. I am too. Dead Space 2, Fable 3, SmackDown 2011. We're gonna have The Miz and Ease coming by. You remember them?
You remember them? They were here for our roster announcement. Eve Torres and The Miz were here. We're gonna be talking to them again.
Yep. Halo Reach, of course, everyone wants to see it. We've seen the beta, the multiplayer. Now people want to see what's happening in the single player action.
Absolutely.
Moving over, if you don't mind, over
Go ahead.
to Wednesday.
Go ahead.
We got Little Big Planet 2. I know a lot of people are stoked about that. Crisis 2, DJ Hero 2, Dead Rising 2, which is quite honestly one I've been waiting for forever.
Yep.
Bulletstorm and Epic Mickey. And then on Thursday.
Oh, we do Thursday as well? Okay, me as well, sure.
I'll tell
give
you
him a
about. Sorry, I'll tell you. Fallout New Vegas. That's
nice.
definitely another one I know Tor's super looking forward to. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, Crackdown 2, Rage, Red Faction, Armageddon, and that is just a taste.
That we can't talk about all of the games that are going to be on the stage show because some of them are still surprises, right?
Some of them are not announced. Some of them are going to be big surprises that we're actually waiting on right now. So,
So fair to say, though, this is going to be our biggest E3 ever.
yeah, I mean, it's always been big for us, but we just kind of doubled everything that we're doing, and everybody's super excited about it. And it's not just us this time. The industry's really stoked. There's a bunch more stuff going on now. So E3's kind of back, which is awesome.
Well, as you guys can tell, this is going to be our biggest and best E3 yet. But Ryan McDonald, there's one other place people can check us out if they've not watched us on the web or reading our stories, right?
Yeah, so if you somehow are happening to see this but are unable to get to our E3 content, you can find a GameStop store near you. What? And yeah, totally. So for the days of E3, like literally the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's like we will be putting our content from the show floor into the store. So be like literally up to the minute, pretty much checking out our coverage in the store on the TV display. So that's a lot of fun.
I want people to organize viewing parties at their local GameStop.
That'd be awesome.
Bring marshmallows.
Totally.
It'd
Lawn
be awesome.
chairs.
Lawn chairs, exactly. The retail guys, they don't care about that. That's fine. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you guys at E3 and at Los Angeles, and we'll see you guys in Los Angeles for E3 2010 coverage. Homer Rabara will not be part of our E3 show. His wife's having a baby, so that's good news for him, but we're going to miss you, Homer. But we'll be there to bring you all the best, latest, biggest, best coverage of E3 2010. See you in Los Angeles.
Probably some more Natal stuff. They're
Yeah.
probably going to have.
I would hope they would have
I would
Natal
hope they have some more Natal
It's
stuff. I don't
time.
know, like Monday night they just blow everything out, but
Yeah.
or Tuesday night. I mean Sunday night.
Yeah, one of those nights. I'm glad we're doing this now.
So GameStop, right? You got a GameStop near you somewhere.
Probably.
So yeah, like during E3, we will be literally populating the GameStop TVs. Sorry.
Well, as you guys can tell, this is going to be our biggest and best E3 2010. Our biggest E3 2010. Yes, it is going to be our biggest one this year. It's the only one this year.
That's
Okay,
easy to
Eckberg,
make it
get it
bigger.
right.